Hello everyone, I figured I'd do a little bit of a recap of what I've done on stream in preparation for the Frontier, because don't expect everyone to watch multiple 4-hour VODs. So first off, I started with breeding for a Ralts with the egg move Destiny Bond. So first we started with grinding up coughing, and while we were grinding on Gabby and Ty, the interview crew, they actually got stuck after you beat them 255 times or something like that. They no longer move. First you have to go like they have the free spots you see in the story, and that's after you rematch they move around on those spots, always the same order, but eventually they'll get stuck. So yeah, I was grinding the coughing to level 45. That's when it learns Destiny Bond. Then I bred a Ralts with a Ditto that had the timid nature with Everstone. And when I got a timid female Ralts, I bred that with the coughing. And I was gonna wait until I got a male Ralts. I was gonna breed until I got a male Ralts and then replace the coughing. But the first male Ralts I got had the stats I wanted, which was at least 21 speed and at least 21 special attack IVs. And actually the Ralts ended up having perfect speed IVs, which of course would happen to me when I'm trying to breed for Pokemon that are somewhat average. But I think I know how I'm gonna fix that. Because with 31 IVs, if I go max speed, then I actually outspeed more Pokemon than I would with 21. So I think I'm gonna give the Gardevoir enough speed EVs to outspeed the same Pokemon I would at 21 AVs and then throw the rest into attack. So that's still... it's still the same as having like 21 IVs. Okay, so after we got the Ralts we wanted, I started breeding for Duskull. And for this I needed a larger breed chain to get Rest and Toxic. So I needed a male Spheal, which I didn't have yet. So I went and caught one. And then after catching the Spheal, we need to grind it up to level 37 where it learns Rest. So that we can pass that on as an egg move. Because any move that is a TM, if another Pokemon can learn that TM, they can also learn it as an egg move. So by catching this Spheal and breeding that with a couple of Pokemon, I don't need to use a Rest TM, which is a TM that you can get multiple of, but it's like a 1% pickup item at like 51 to 70 or something for your pickup Pokemon. So that's not exactly something you want to grind if you can avoid it. So yeah, we grind the Spheal up to 37, then we breed it with Marill, so that Marill can breed with Castform. And then Castform can breed with Gulpin. Gulpin learns Toxic and breeds with Duskull. And that's how we get Rest and Toxic onto our Duskull. Originally I was planning on doing Curse Substitute for the Frontier. And I will use that at some point. But not for the average IV challenge. Because Substitute is a one-time move to remove. And I figured... let's try to beat it without using any single-use tutors and TMs. Or I guess for TMs that are not re-obtainable. So yeah, that's it for the Duskull. I got this breeding chain, if you look at the notes on the left, I had the Skarmory breeding chain. I had that one ready already, so I just kind of reversed it from the Spheal to Gulpin, and then Gulpin breeds with Duskull. But yeah, after oh yeah, when we got the Gulpin, we need to grind Gulpin up to level 28, so it learns the Toxic. And then we can breed with the Duskull. And I didn't know which stats I want for the Duskull yet and which nature. It's probably gonna be minus attack plus special defense. But I just bred until I got a male, and then I can breed the male with the Ditto for the nature I want when I decide what I want. But I don't know the rest of the team yet. So we finished this stream with a little bit of Ditto hunting. And we got the fossil that is in this cave. I hadn't picked it up yet. And then I realized I forgot to change the box in the PC to an empty one. So the Dittos were just being thrown into random boxes. So when I got back from grabbing the root fossil, and I realized I was on the wrong box, I just went out of the cave and I was like, okay, this is enough Dittos for today. We'll just end the stream here because it was already over 4 hours. So yeah, that was the first stream. And then I did another stream last week as well, where we bred the Skarmory. And this one took a little bit longer, because you can see in the notes already that the breeding chain is a little longer. And also, I did have Gulpin with Rest Toxic to breed with the Duskull. However, while it was in the daycare, it took me so long to get a male Duskull. It took me like 9x to win the coin flip. It actually learned Stockpile, Spit Up, and Swallow, which removed Toxic and Rest. So I went to the move relearner to get Toxic back, but we can't get get Rest back because it was an egg move. So we're gonna have to grind up another Spheal later in the chain. So that was a little bit unfortunate, but it's not too bad. So yeah, we go from also from grinding against Gabby and Ty, you end up with a lot of money. So I decided to spend it in the game corner, get some TMs. Should probably buy a bunch of vitamins soon. That would be an easy way to get rid of all my money. And I'm gonna need those vitamins for EV training anyway. But yeah, we're gonna go breed this Gulpin with Cast Form, then with Meryl, then with Spheal. Spheal we're gonna grind up to get Rest. Then we're gonna breed with a Wingull, and we're gonna grind up the Wingull to 25 where it evolves and learns Protect. Now this is not necessary at all, because we can just buy Protect, but I wanted to show off that we can get a complete Frontier ready moveset with only breeding, and I'll probably make like a separate video at some point going a bit more in depth about how you would go about breeding an entire moveset onto a Pokemon. Because like you don't have to restart your save file every time you need like a TM move. And I think a lot of people aren't aware. So I think that would be nice to make a video on. So yeah, we get the Protect, then we need a Tailo, or a female Tailo, which I didn't have. Also I misspelled Tailo in my notes. But yeah, we went and caught one, which was easier than breeding one. I mean, both are pretty easy, but I've been losing a lot of coin flips on the gender, so that was easier. And then we grind up the Tailo to get Airlace at level 34. And then we breed the Tailo with Skarmory. And then Skarmory's gonna have Toxic, Rest, Airlace, Protect, freshly hatched. And here you can see it. 4 TM moves. on a Pokemon without wasting any TMs. And then we ended the stream with another bit of Ditto hunting. This time I went for a full box. I just caught Dittos until it told me they were being sent to a different box. And then I sorted through them. On the screen in the top left you can see some stats. These are for the perfect IVs. So I know exactly which ones have perfect IVs, just by looking at the stats. We don't need to go to the frontier. And we end up with, I think, 4 that have 1 perfect stat, but I already had at least 1 for every stat, so it didn't really help me that much. So there will be more Ditto hunting in the future, because I want Dittos that have multiple perfect stats, and so far I only have 1, and it's attack, special attack, which is the least useful. But we'll keep hunting and we'll get them eventually. And that's where I ended this stream, and then I did a little bit of stuff off stream as well. On my second emerald that I got recently, I had all the starters. Like before I started this new playthrough that I've been streaming, I decided to just start over a couple of times to get all the starters. So I figured I'd trade those over. I wasn't planning on using the starters, and I'm still definitely building teams without starters, but I'm also thinking maybe I'll do like multiple teams per facility. Or at least for some facilities, like the dome and the tower. So maybe I'll do some with the starter. We'll see. So yeah, but then I was looking at that save file and it was just before the second gym. I was like, well, if I'm already here, let's go beat Brawly to get the bulk up TM and trade that over as well for later. And get the XP share for delivering the letter and trade that one over as well, because it can be useful to have multiple XP shares. And my newer emerald did not want to turn on, but I think I've kind of figured out how to get it started now. I just need to, for some reason, when I insert it fully it doesn't work, but when I pull it out a little bit it does work. So I don't know why, but hopefully now that I know that, it will be a little bit easier to get it going. So yeah, I beat Brawly, and I have my level 60 Swampert here. Poor Brawly. This Swampert is like over 15 years old, I think. So yeah, we beat Brawly, and we deliver the letter. We also get Steel Wing TM, I think this is. And we go back to Devon Goods, and get the XP share. Put some of those items on the Pokemon I was gonna trade. And then we trade them over. And I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with the second emerald. I might just like copy my save and put it on this one as well. Although I'm not sure if that would work, because on one of the cartridges my battery's dead, and I've heard that then like the save file is smaller, so I'm not sure if I could even copy it and put it on this one. But regardless, I'm gonna need to end up in the frontier at some point on this save file, because I want to do multi-battle. But I just finished the playthrough, so I don't feel like doing another one right now. But I'm not really in a hurry to get there, so I guess we'll see if I try to copy the save file or just wait for later. But yeah, we traded everything over. Then I decided to hatch the eggs that I didn't hatch on stream Like if I got the Pokemon I wanted before I hatched all the eggs, to speed up the stream a little bit, I would just put the other eggs in the box. So I decided to hatch all of those and release the Pokemon that weren't useful to me. Which was most of them. A few I kept as a potential parent for later. I also released all the Dittos that were useless to me, like all the ones that didn't have perfect IVs and I already had the nature. Which was like 3 boxes. So I got rid of all of those. So now I have some space again to hunt for more Dittos and hatch more eggs. Because 14 boxes is not a lot. Last time I was really breeding was like Gen 7 and I think there you have like, I don't know, you have way more boxes. Is all I remember. And you can also move those boxes around, I think, which was really nice. But yeah, we're stuck in Gen 3, so everything takes a little bit more time. And then after I did this, I decided to go to the Safari Zone and try to catch a couple of Pokemon. I didn't stay there that long, so I didn't get that many rare Pokemon. I think only like Girafarig and Gligar, I think. Those were the rarer ones I got. I don't have any plans for using those yet. Although I have used them in the past, both of them. But they're not the best Pokemon. But they're not the worst. We'll see. I was mostly thinking like, well, in the stream I was doing a little bit of team building between like grinding and hatching eggs, and when I wasn't too distracted by the chat. And I was potentially building around a fortress for the dome. And Pineco is in the Safari Zone, so I needed to go here. But I haven't caught a Pineco yet. And I also don't know if I'm gonna end up using that Pineco or the fortress version of the team. Because I came up with something else. Which isn't the best, but I made a version of the team with Blossom. Or I came up with something that may or may not work. But I think I want to try it at least. But yeah, that's now we're pretty much caught up, I think, with everything I've done. So let me know if videos like this are interesting. I think I'll probably do these after I do some streams. I don't know if it's gonna be weekly or whenever I achieve something. But yeah, there will be more of this, so let me know what you think.